People have been asking me to create a video on how to do the custom sounds on the Railpro. Number one, you get a program. It's called Audacity. This is the program I use to get the clips. Once you got Audacity downloaded and installed, come up here to record. You click record, go over to the YouTube video or any video. I'm taking one of mine. I want to get the whistle from this engine. So I will play the whistle. Pause that. I'll go back to Audacity. I will go ahead, stop the record. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play. So I see the whistle part of it is this here. So that's what I want to keep. So I'm going to go ahead, highlight that by clicking and dragging over, and I'll click delete. It ends about right here. I'll highlight and I'll delete. So now if I hit play, from the beginning, get that over to the beginning, I got just the whistle. Next thing we got to do, sorry if the focus just went out, we'll click over here and we want to split stereo to mono because it has to be a mono track. Once you got it split to mono, come up to file, we can do an export. You can export it to wave, come up with whatever name you want. I'm just gonna do like I'll just put in test since I'm creating a test for y'all. We'll click save. Your tracks will be mixed down. You want to do okay because it is going to be mono. Here's where you can put in your artist, all that. We're not going to do that. We'll just click OK. The next step, we're going to open up Railpro Assist. We will go to our sounds, select options. Up here, we'll put in our sound name. Do done. So then we will do a single sound. Looping sound would be what you would use for like your engine sounds, which we're not doing. I have the directory chose that my stuff is saved in. This is my girlfriend Rachel's computer. That's why it says Rachel up there. I'm going to choose the test wave file and we create sound. Now, if we go to next page, you can see it created the sound. We'll go ahead and exit out of there. We'll go back to our sounds. We'll go next page. Next page. We can do add. Now we'll get ready to add it to the handheld. So I do have one of the USB things. I find it a lot easier than trying to do the programming through the controller. It's easier to click versus try to use my finger. So we'll go into here. We'll do tools, software update, USB program to begin. So since we added it over here, it's now copying it to the Railpro controller. Now depending on the file size or the sound file, I've seen this take, up to about 30-40 minutes before. So now that we have that, the next thing is we will do a software update, copy file. Go ahead and we will press here to select product. I know that whistle is not prototypical of a high-nose ST45, but it's what I have. So then we can find our file, test. This part right here I have seen take anywhere from just a few minutes up to about 45 minutes depending on what you're adding. I'm not going to bore you with the whole progress. It looks like it's actually moving pretty fast. We might just let it go. Guess that is a pretty small file. Okay, so now that has been added once the exit page comes up. So we'll click on exit page, exit page, exit page. Now we can actually go into the locomotive. We can go into our settings. We can do next page, next page, next page. And here we can, next button. I'm going to add it over top of the sanding just for the demonstration, which if you want to change the name of it, you can add in the button text. You can put in whatever name you want. I'm not going to change it because I'm going to put it back to sanding. You can also change your picture to, you know, there's a bunch of different items in here. If it's a song, I normally just do, you know, the music note. But once you get that all set up to what you want, you can change and add the sound. Do test, exit page, save. If that sits for a minute here, do not freak out. Just let it sit. It can take a couple minutes sometimes, depending on the file type. We'll exit. Now if we do next page where we have sanding, we have our whistle. Now I'm going to actually set that back to the actual sanding, and I'll show you how to remove a file if you have too many and it does not allow you. Next button. Oh, we are on page 2. Shoot. Okay, we're going to go back from test, back to sanding. We'll exit page, we'll save. Exit, exit. Go back into tools, software updates. You can delete a file. I don't really need that on here, so I'm going to re-delete it. Do sound. Next page. Next page. Next page. There's test. We'll delete. So that is how you add a sound file, and that is also how you can delete a sound file. One thing I forgot to note, when adding a custom sound, try to keep it at 60 seconds or less. For some reason, if you go much over 60 seconds, Railpro does some funky things with your sounds and they may not work. I've learned the 60-second threshold seems to be fine. You can go over that some, but if you go much over that, it starts to fail. One last thing that I forgot to mention with Audacity. So I'm currently recording what's going to come through the speakers or headphones. You can change that to microphone. And if you have it set on microphone, oh, when you hit record, you can actually talk and it will record your talking. We'll stop it. We'll hit play. You can actually talk and it will record your talking. And you can modify this the same way as you did the video that you clipped from YouTube. And you can add yourself to the engines.